Doug, shouldn't freak out if holding good stocks for the long term. No, I wouldn't. I mean, listen, there's always risk here with anything we hold. Um, if you're holding stocks long, obviously you want to be try to be diversified. I mean, if you're in a lot of tech stocks or a lot of stocks that are AI type related, and this happens, they're going to take a pounding. But I mean, if you're in a lot of different stocks, you want to be obviously you should be spread across consumer defensive stocks and maybe some REITs and some it just depends on maybe some medical devices or some stocks like J&J or ABBV. No, I mean is this the beginning of the end of the market? I don't think so. We have to have much more proof that the market's going to correct. Everybody's talking about these corrections coming and how bearish they are mentally. All right, so when they see something like this, in their mind, this is confirming that this is it. This is the beginning of this reversal, and we're talking about 2.5 hours. You know, two hours of trading, and this is convincing somebody that the market has topped and it's going to come down now. Um, if we let's look at the market. We've got to keep this in perspective. Here's the candle today, very very ugly. You see where it went, where it is right now, right in that algo line. That's the algo line it hit here. We had these same kind of situations before. Here we had one. Okay, we had some ugly ones there. We obviously had some ugly ones back here off the tariff news. So we've had this a few times. Pull back and bounce. Pull back and bounce. We took advantage of this pull back and bounce here. Here we are pulling back again. You see where we are. We're actually still above this level right here. But it is hitting the algo line. It's hitting support here. It's broken through the 15. That's a fairly important level. But every time we've broken through it this year, it's moved back up through it again. So again, is this the beginning? It could, this could obviously could be. This is how sometimes the corrections start. But is this it? Way too early to tell. I'm just basically just waiting for the market to tell me what it's going to do, and I might have to wait a few days for that. Doug, it should create some eventual buying opportunities. You would think, yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, we may be back up at the high at the end of the day. We don't know, and some stocks are flushing. But if you look at the long-term charts on the stocks, this is not huge drops in a lot of stocks. Um, this it's an ugly day, but like if you look at Nvidia, as a buying opportunity, is it? I mean, this is where it is. It's right down to the 8. It's very chopping all over the place. AMD coming down, but look at the high. Look how high they are. Apple. Apple's coming down. This is not exactly a bottoming market here. The stocks that are bottoming at lows that we haven't seen in a long time. These are all coming off of all-time highs for the most part. Looking at QURE, big pullback, a fairly significant pullback in QURE. Again, here's our Macy's stock down to 1652 now. Yeah, coming in toward that 1631 level. And again, Tesla, we'd like to see Tesla bounce sometime today off of this support level right here. I don't trade long term, Doug. Personally, I used to. I don't anymore. I just use my Vanguard mutual fund for that. But the thing with this, if you've had a bias in your mind for a while, trading, thinking the market should, it should correct, for 5 or 6 months, and then you get this kind of a move off of this news. It's very easy just to say, okay, this is it. All right, now I'm going to start shorting everything, and that's extremely dangerous. I mean, I try to structure these trades like we didn't have a lot of risk in Palantir. The weekly ATM, you never have a lot of risk in those things. They're actually pretty good, and we had put credit spread in Tesla, which we already took half off for 50% of the max profit. We had put credit spread in CoreWeave that we took profits in. So we've taken some hits on some stocks this month, but the positions we've done here are very very neutral type stocks. In other words, you're not going to get hurt very badly on any of these right now. All right, I'm going to go back to looking for stocks. I'm not going to touch anything right now. In trading options on most anything right now is a nightmare because they're so expensive. But we'll see what transpires here. Again, I sold the rest of my KDKs today. Made a nice profit on those. It's pulling back pretty hard. The timing on it was pretty good. I get out for 70 cents on most of them, and then the last couple for 50 cents. But again, I paid 25, sold half of mine yesterday for 50, so I took 100% profit, so I couldn't lose on the trade. Sold a bunch more this morning for 70 cents, the rest for 50 cents, and I'm out of the trade. That was an unusual option activity trade we talked about, I think last week, or could have been the first part of this week, I don't remember. Macy's trading right now at $1.20 by $1.35. Again, I got $1.50 in there for it. Got a lot of time on this. 1631 is the next support level. Then there's another support level down around 1534. That's down right around the 50-day moving average. Again, if you want to take the Macy's trade off, you can here. You can sell them for about $1.25 right now. $1.25. That's 65 cents after losing 52. You're up $13 a contract on Macy's. You can take it off right now by selling those puts and pocket again a little bit of money profitable on that trade even after this big huge drop. And that's why weekly ATMs are so nice. 119 by 128 right now. Still get about 30 cents to the downside potential on Macy's, which would put us pretty close to the 150 price. But again, you can take it off right now for about $1.20. That's a 60-cent profit. We lost 52 this morning. That's $8 a contract for profit, and you'd be out of the trade. Going to be a lot of people really scrambling today. This kind of moves in the market again, especially people that are over leveraged, and they get cocky and they take big positions. They're taking a beating, and they're going to say how unlucky they were. But this happens. News happens. We've seen it several times this year. Okay, see if we have any questions. It's coming up in about 11:45. Let's take a look at YouTube. Got a few people in there. Good morning, folks from YouTube. Pretty wild day in the market. We've adjusted our weekly ATM by buying back our puts, $18 puts, because the weekly Macy's is dropping hard. We bought back the $18 puts and was sitting on the November $17 puts, and we've got a sell order in for $1.50, which would give us basically about a $40 to $50 per profit contract on the trade if we can get him down to 150. Trading at around 125 right now. We closed Palantir straddle for a break even, and Tesla's is moving against us, but it's still got a good long ways to go. It's trading at 425 right now. We've got $400 puts expiring next week. I'm just kind of watching it. It's still managing to stay below the 15, but it is bouncing off of some support levels here. Hey, Kevin, good morning. Good morning. All right, gonna be right back. Hold on. Jesus. What a day.
Really? Good.
Nice and light.
Records.
Records. There's rumors out that the president of China had a stroke, and China just put up some tight restraints on rare earths shipping out of there. So Trump said he's going to slam China with massive tariffs. Market just come falling apart.
Has he not figured out that tariffs don't work?
No, he doesn't know that yet. He's trying to use them as a ploy. But it's market's falling to pieces. It's like
that guy's not that old, the Chinese.
I don't know how old. I don't even know if it's true. This is all rumor shit. That's why I'm trying to calm everybody down. Everybody stay calm here. You know, we're in good position. We actually have money for the day. And but people in Pete's room, they're long all kinds of stocks, and now they're all freaking out. This is it. This could be it. This is the correction. We don't have any. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. Market's been open for 2.5 hours, and if you're making a decision for the rest of the year on 2.5 hours, it's really pitiful. Some of these people. So I'm just trying to keep them calm.
Sure.
No, they're doing pretty good. Yeah. Doing fine.
Good. So
Pete's room is a different story.
Ooh, what?
Pete's room is a different
Oh,
story.
yeah,
You
well,
didn't take your pills with me.
Well, the good news is, hey, can I interest you in some,
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it's almost lunchtime.
just have one
Just
slice.
have one slice.
So today's issue is that the program that creates work orders is creating duplicates.
It's what?
Creating duplicates.
Oh, great.
Lots of them.
Oh, for Christ's sake. So then you have to go back and delete them. They need to get this technology straightened out because it's creating a huge amount of work.
Yes, it is. Hopefully.
You haven't had a lot of problems with it.
No, luckily.
How was Allie the other week?
She sounded good. She's, not in the mood, but she's
Getting the
getting
mood.
in the mood. Believe me. She said she was going to take the sheets off the bed and
Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, Long Island,
I
Cape
just
Cod.
found out that the woman who's supposed to be covering Norfolk and Virginia Beach area
Yeah.
moved the husband's military. They moved to Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Nobody told us. Nobody had time to tell us.
It's always something. There's a piece of toast with jam on it. Perfect.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Alfred. He hasn't come out for cookies. Did you feed him up?
Oh, yeah.
Water's cold now. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's go get some cookies. What you doing? You want to go outside? It's kind of rainy out there. You want to go outside? There's room.
He hasn't peed yet. Hi,
You
Alfie.
haven't gone out to pee. You're going to have to pee.
Back to the
You're not going to like it.
no good if you have to.
Go me.
That was funny. I mean, I didn't even wake him up. He came out on his own the first time. And
You didn't want to go out. Very good boy. Good boy. Now let's close. You're stuck out here now, buddy. Yeah. You can get some cookies, though. Worth getting out of your crate for. Here you go. Here you go. There's cookies. That's it. There's your cookies. All right. Back again. Watching the market. Big drop on news. Tariff news. Blah, blah, blah. Down it comes. Now we're just kind of chopping around. Macy's again trading at 1662, bounced up a little bit. Still got a sell order at 150 on that. Like I said, you can sell this if you want to take some small profits on the trade. You have the ability to do that. It's trading at 119 to 125 right now, so you can get about $1.22 after 60 cents. So you'd be up about 62 cents after losing 52 on the puts. You'd still be up about $10 a contract on those. I'm going to hold them. Macy's, before this drop, Macy's still looked bearish on the daily chart. So Nucleus came back pretty hard. Looks like this rain's going to last for a while. Got some pretty serious flood warnings out, Ruth,
Really?
for saltwater flooding. Significant saltwater inundation will render numerous roads impassable. Properties may also flood. It's going to be an 8.5 tide, 8.5 foot tide. This is going to be a lot of flooding. I imagine going on right now. So market kind of settling down here after this drop. Just kind of chopping sideways now, trying to decide what it's going to do. Again, it's a big drop on the SPY today, the big, huge red candle. Right on the algo line that it bounced off of way back on September 2nd. We'll see if it gets above there, if it stays above there today. If it drops below there, it's got room all the way down to the 50-day moving average, which is a fairly significant drop in the market. We haven't had a drop that big in quite a while. We'll see. Again, right now we're in transition. We got to see if this is actually a transition to a bearish trend in the market, at least for a period of time, or if we're going to just recover. We'll see when the buyers come in. A lot of folks that were long are getting flushed out of the market this morning. Hey Ryan, on BBAI, do you give more weight to the horizontal resistance or the H-man going back to 2022? BBAI? Now, the way I've got this set up here on my chart, this is the horizontal resistance. This is the algo line right there. It goes way back. Right, that's a big one. On BB, this thing has been really volatile, as you can see. Big swings in this. I would say right now, this 909 is a significant resistance level, but the algo is just above there. The algo is just right above there, about 934. So this whole area right here will be significant resistance. But this is also resistance here. Notice it poked through here and didn't stay above it. and it's not staying above it today. So I'd be very cautious of a break. It's going to break above here and stay above here to give you any kind of a likelihood of getting up toward the algo line. But this horizontal line has been pretty strong because the algo line only has the algos only have a couple of touches on it. But that's not a really strong algo line because of the few touches on it. Right, so again, just watching here. Macy's still trading around 1663. So it's some decent. Again, you can take profits on Macy's if you want to. They're trading at $1.21. The 16, excuse me, the $17 puts for November 17th and 21st. Trading at $1.21. I got a $1.50 sell order on there. We'll see if we get there. I'm going to give it some time. But if you take it off right now, you're up 60 cents and you lost 52. You're up $8 a contract on the whole trade. You close the trade and be profitable on it, even with these wild swings in price action. All right, so we can see what's going on here. Again, it's 12:13 right now. Market had this big drop on this news. Again, this is really, if you weren't aware, this is news based on the fact that China was tightening up their controls on exports of rare earth materials. Trump said they're going to, U.S. will retaliate with more and bigger tariffs on China. None of this has actually happened yet, but this is what they're talking about. So this is what drove the market down, and this is really a big drop in the market. If you look at the daily chart on the SPY, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the daily chart. You can see what this candle looks like today. All right, this is pretty significant. Notice it's hitting right there on the algo line, right through the 15, broke down right here to this horizontal support, into the algo line, and it's trying to bounce off of this. So this is very important to see if this holds this or not, or if it breaks below it. Again, our Macy's trade looks pretty good right now. Since we bought back the puts this morning for a loss, we're holding on to the November puts right now, the long puts, the November 17 long puts. Looking for it to get down to around 16.30 or so. That would get us pretty close to the $1.50 we're looking to try to make, which would give us a $60 profit, $90 profit on the calls, on the long puts, and we lost about $50 on the puts we bought back. So we'd maybe making about $40 a contract on the trade. So that's what Macy's is. ABBV looking pretty good. Still looks nice. Tesla pulling down pretty hard here this morning, back below the 15, trying to hold some of these resistance, these support levels. Again, we have $400 puts on this. It needs to hold 400 by next Friday. So we'll see where it goes. In Palantir, we took the straddle off for break even today. That's about it. That brings us up to date. All this market chaos, it's really, for us, it's not been a really that big a deal. I mean, not bad at all. I mean, it's not bad at all. We're in pretty good shape considering what's a lot of other people are going through right now. A lot of traders are taking quite a hammering today. Been a lot of volatility. This SMR, like these nuclear stocks, shot up beautifully today, and now they're coming back down again. Very, very volatile. Apple pulling in pretty hard today. Google, a lot of the tech stocks coming in pretty hard again. Their rare earths is important for chips. I mean, and that applies to any computer tech companies, software companies. It applies to electric vehicles. So Tesla takes a little bit of a bump on that down. Other than that, I'm not trading anything right now. I'm just waiting. I'd much rather let the market tell me what to do than try to think I can tell the market what to do. 12:17. Market internal is pretty bullish. I'm pretty bearish. Coming down pretty hard since that news. Chopping around a little bit, but they are still drifting down with the market. SPY down about 1.5% today. Q's down 2%. And IWM are down about 1.7%. All the indexes down pretty substantially. There's a couple of wild candlesticks on the Q's here. It's probably bad prints. 598.20 is the support level, or the resistance level now on the Qs. They're going back down through it. That's a horizontal support line.
To be in a nice warm place.
Z, do I consider this week as quite choppy? Yeah, it's been very choppy if you look at the whole week. Um, I mean, let's look at the daily chart on the SPY. And this is what we've had here. Here's Monday, just a doji, big drop on Tuesday, big good move up on Wednesday. Yesterday, a gap up and a pull down to a new all-time high, and today, of course, news slapping it down hard. This has been just chop. Yeah, there's no direction here to the market right now. I mean, the whole overall market obviously is still bullish, but we're getting this pull down here right now, and we have to wait to see what the market's going to do. It's going to have to tell us. Again, we're still in Macy's, still in Tesla. Tesla needs to stay above $400 by next Friday. It's come down quite a bit today. And ABBV, which we're long ABBV, which is holding up really nicely here today, up a little over $2. Hey, Robert. MLYS compression break into the all-time high looks pretty good. MLYS. Okay. Let's look. Yeah, it's biotech. Don't know anything about it, but it's a biotech, and it's definitely a big bull flag with a long, long compression here. and breaking out today. Not on huge volume, but is breaking out. The volume's it's today's volume is about 677,000. Has an average of about 1.7. So it's a little below average on the volume right now at this point in time. But that's on chart wise, technically, that's a nice setup on MLYS. Very nice look. Nice look on MLYS. It's bio. I have no idea what the options look like. Rem, come on. What am I thinking about? Newmont? Yeah, it's pretty weak. You can see it's. I mean, I'm not getting out of it yet because it's bouncing. It's just bouncing off the 15 today. So I give it a little bit more time. See what it does first of the week. Terry, you rolled out your 10, 430, 427 50s. You had a 430, 427 50s out to 1024 for a 15-cent debit. Originally got a 55-cent credit on it. Okay, yeah, 430, 427. Yeah, assuming we get a bounce in Tesla, we don't know. Don't know if we're going to or not. Trading at 422 right now. And these credit spreads always, you really need to have some distance between, especially on a stock like Tesla. Really, really volatile. Really volatile. I mean, you got good money, you got a nice credit on that, but it's the problem is the stock. We'll see what it does. Every time it's come down to the 15 recently, it's bounced off of it, so we'll see. SPY right here, again, compressing now. Terry, you missed the earlier comment on M. With it basing on the M5, do you want to consider taking preference, or are you reevaluating at end of day? What I've said all along here is if you want to get out of the trade, you got a profit in it right now. So if you want to take it off at a profit, there isn't no reason. There's. I'm not going to, but there isn't anything that says you shouldn't do that. All right. I see what you're saying. All right, it's compressing at a low, but the point is, if we look at the daily chart before this big drop this morning, even before the news came out, it's turned bearish. So I'm going to try to get $1.50 for this on this Macy's and make a pretty nice profit on it. Now you can still get out of it right now, and it's Macy's right now is going for $1.22. So you get $62 profit on your calls, on your puts, your long puts, after losing 52. You're up $10 a contract on the whole position right now. If you want to close it down, I don't have any complaints about anybody closing it down if they want to take profits. Nothing wrong with that. Again, I'm thinking this is still bearish, and I've got quite a bit of time left on it. But if I can get $1.50 today, I'll take that. That would take it down to around the 1631 support level right there, with then more room down to the 50. But again, the setup itself was bullish when we took the trade, but it's turned bearish now, and so I'm going to give it a little bit of space. It could bounce today, but I'm still bearish on the stock. 12:37 here. Getting ready to get some lunch. Ari points out MLYS is one of his long-term holdings. MLYS, that was pointed out just a little while ago in the room. It's a nice setup on MLYS. Don't know what the options are like on it though. We'll have to look and see. And I wouldn't chase it up here. I'd wait for it to, if you like it, I'd wait for it to pull back. But it's pulling back a little bit right now. Probably does not have weekly options. No, just monthly options. And $40 calls are $1.70 by 330. Very widespread options prices on these things. Very widespread. Very little volume on them. 7 contracts a day on the $40 calls. Yeah, this would be one. Probably the best way to trade is to take stock in it. Take shares. All right, so I'm going to get some lunch here. Let me look at the YouTube folks. I'm going to go ahead and shut down YouTube. We'll be back again on Monday at 11:30 to analyze any stocks that you're interested in. You'll have access to the room and see what we're talking about over here. This has been a pretty wild day today, but not bad for us. I mean, we took a profit. We took break even at Palantir. We're up. ABBV is up today nicely. We're trading the weekly ATM in Macy's by buying back the puts for a loss. Some people get assigned and they had to sell the stock for loss. But the long puts we've got for November are up money right now, and we're actually in a profit on that trade right now. And Tesla is pulling back pretty hard today, and the put credit spread that we collected $1 for is actually $1.05 right now. We've only got half of it left. We made $50 a contract on the original position, but again, we'll just see where Tesla ends up today. Right now, I'm holding on. We got $400 puts on this side and expiring next Friday, so we'll see how far it goes down. Okay, thanks YouTube. I appreciate you being here today, everybody, and we'll be back on